Hello everyone, I'm Sophie and I'm currently at Kechara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And today I will continue sharing from the book by my guru, His Eminence the 25th Sam Tuku Rinpoche. The book, this is the book, Compassion Conquers All, Teachings on the 8 Verses of Mind Transformation, Sam Rinpoche. And today I'll be reading from page 78 on verse 4, a golden opportunity. And before that, I would like to go to a picture of a Buddha so that you can enjoy the sun. Oh, sorry, this is not it's the monks with the elephant behind. It's a painting. It's beautiful. So, right, I'll be starting on page 78. The verse, as for sentient beings who are bad-natured, when I see they are oppressed by negativities and pain, may I cherish them just like I am encountering a precious treasure that is difficult to find. I repeat, as for sentient beings who are bad-natured, when I see they are oppressed by negativity and pain, may I cherish them just like I am encountering a precious treasure that is difficult to find. Being of negative disposition with sufferings, may I cherish them as if I have found a precious treasure. What? People who make me suffer, people who are with afflictive emotions, who are ugly and negative and mean, to hold them dear and precious? What? Where is that crazy monk going now? Now he's going to brainwash me into loving my enemies. No, I'm not going to brainwash you. I'm going to give you the reasoning behind it. That statement shocked everyone, no? And some of us have a lot of enemies, so we need this. We need to hear and practice it. When we practice it, the enemy from our point of view disappear. We become happy. Think, when I see beings of negative disposition and suffering, may I cherish them as if I have found a precious treasure which is difficult to find. Incredible. When I come across beings that are oppressed by violent sufferings and overwhelmed by their delusions and are bad-tempered and bad-natured, may I cherish them as if I have found a precious treasure. Why? Because they are more precious than a wish-granting jewel. Why is that? A wish-granting jewel can confer on you some material gains, but a negative person or a person who hurts you can confer on you enlightenment. How is that? Because they give you the greatest opportunity to practice patience, compassion, and love. They are the greatest test to see if you have compassion and love, and if years of meditation and practice have brought any results. Because if you see them and still feel like you rather not see them, what are you chanting for? Why are you praying, and who are you kowtowing to? Who are you praying to? You must be praying to a weird demon on your altar. You must be praying and prostrating to your ego. So this is the meter in which to check. If something around you disturbs you, if someone is doing something that disturbs you, it's not them. The fact that it disturbs you shows you that you are disturbed. We look at it from a positive and broader perspective and angle. When people do things around you that disturb you tremendously, and you can't help but to make it known and react, it shows that you are disturbed and that your self-cherishing mind is so strong and so powerful and so pervasive in your body that you must let the other person know it bothers you. So don't do it. You might say, I have a good motivation. Forget it. The very fact that it disturbs you tells you that you are disturbed. Disturbed by what? By your afflictive emotions that are so strong, and your selfish mind that is so strong, and your self-grasping mind, that mind that says, I'm important, me, myself, my happiness, my wishes, my concerns, my comfort is more important than you. So I will tell you, your dress is ugly. You wouldn't wear that. The way you talk disturbs me. You shouldn't be doing things like that, and so on. In fact, 99% of the criticism, nice or not nice, gentle or not gentle, that we direct at others, all come from the self-cherishing mind. The great Atisha, who was such an enlightened being, had one monk in Nalanda who hated him. He was an older monk who only saw bad points in Atisha and who criticized him. When Atisha gave teachings, he would never attend. He would influence others and say, "Don't go to the teachings." He only criticized Atisha over and over and over and tried to make his life difficult in the monastery. If it were me, I would have dropped a H-bomb on that monk immediately. But because Atisha practiced these teachings, you know what he did? When the great goddess Tara told Atisha to go to Tibet to teach the Dharma, Atisha invited this monk with him to go to Tibet, and he sponsored his whole trip. And you know why? No, not because Atisha was a fruitcake. It was because he wanted to practice patience and love. And this was the best person to practice through, because Atisha didn't have anyone who didn't love him. He only had people who praised him. There was only one person who hated him, who constantly criticized him and constantly wanted to debase him. So Atisha said, "Hey, what a golden opportunity. Come along with me to Tibet." He was there for 13 years with this monk who criticized Atisha to his dying day. And Atisha said wonderful prayers and held a ceremony and funeral for this monk to get a good rebirth. Atisha's practice is as famous as Buddha Shakyamuni's in Tibet. In fact, we have lineages and teachings today because of Atisha. Even the Tara practice which exists today is because of Atisha. Offerings. Atisha taught us how to make offerings to collect merit. Wealth vases. All of us run to different Dharma centers to get wealth vases. The first person to teach us how to make wealth vases and to contain the energy to get wealth was Atisha. He was the one who wrote the original Lamrim. He was the one who disseminated the monk's vows, which spread all over Mongolia and Tibet. Because he was a pure monk, he inspired many others to become monks. The great Lama served and compassionately took care of the old crony of a monk who had nothing but the ugliest things to say about him. Imagine that. We are not willing to do that, or we think that Atisha was crazy for doing that. But when we look deeper, Atisha saw a golden opportunity to practice patience, love, and compassion, because there was no one that hated him. He found one person and said, "Oh, it's my opportunity. I want to make sure that I destroy the last traces of my negative emotions so I can become a Buddha to benefit others." That was his motive. When I met others who are oppressed by violent and intense pain and are overwhelmed by their negative emotion, may I cherish them as if I found a precious treasure, a precious treasure. That's why, because they are a precious treasure, they offer you the opportunity to develop the points that you need to become a Buddha. Therefore, when you go to a Dharma center, when you meet funny salespeople, funny waiters, funny relatives, funny friends, and funny Dharma brothers and sisters, jump on them, hug them, love them, kiss them, and give them gifts, and prostrate to them if you want to be a Buddha. You may think it is ridiculous, and I am not saying actually physically do that, but do it from your mind. What an opportunity to practice the Dharma. Jump on them, hold their hands and don't let them go. If they think you're crazy, who cares? You be a Buddha. That is what Jay Tsongkhapa did. That's what Atisha did. Think about it. So the next time you meet someone mean and rude, who only abuses you, you should have a little smirk and say, how lucky I am. What a golden opportunity. Seriously, you should immediately pray in your heart and say, I will practice these teachings and I will treat this person well. Of course, we cannot treat our enemies and people that hurt us well overnight. But let's not keep using that excuse for not practicing. I ask you to please read over the stanzas every day as a daily practice. Incorporate it into your meditations and contemplate on it. These practices are core. If you practice this alone and nothing else, you can gain enlightenment. This is the most profound, the essence, the heart of Buddha's teachings, out of deep respect. Because these are so important and so meaningful for everyone, I implore you and ask all of you to please read them over every day, and with time, you will internalize them. And when certain situation arises, that corresponding verse will come into your minds, guaranteed. And then you'll be able to practice and advance and advance and advance. This is the meditation. What will it be like to feel gratefulness instead of fear or anger in very difficult relationships? Because here I can learn to become independent of others' attitudes towards me, to accept them as they are and to love them as they are. How would my body feel? How would my emotions feel? How would my heart and mind feel? How would I interact with them? Allow yourself to breathe in these liberating energies and relax within them. Let them become one with you. With that, I will end my sharing session for now. And before I go, I would like to share the activity that will be taking place in Kachara Forest Retreat this Saturday on the 10th of August 2019 from 9 o'clock morning to 5 p.m. at Kachara Forest Retreat. 9 a.m. there's the opening speech and Dharma sharing. At 9:30 a.m. Grand Ulambana Genze Puja, which will bring good fortune, long life and merits. At 12:15 p.m. there's the free vegetarian lunch. At 2 p.m. the Grand Ulambana Trakze Puja, which is for protection and blessings. And at 5 p.m. the event ends. There are several sponsorship packages which you could sponsor and dedicate the merits to in remembrance of your dearly departed, or even as gratefulness for those who are around you. So the event will take place at Kachara Forest Retreat, Bentong, Malaysia. And if you need to inquire, if you have any further questions, you can inquire at these numbers at +609 221 5600 or +603 703 3908. Or you can send a message through WhatsApp to +6012 987 3908. Or you can email to care@kachara.com. We have a website which is vrajasecrets.com. Here you can actually go online to find out more details, and also you can do the sponsorship online, which is very convenient, especially if you are overseas or on travel, or you stay there, or even if you're out of state, or even if you just do not feel like going to the front counter to make the payment. So you can do it online, and there are several packages which starts from $20 and it goes up to the grand sponsor, which is $6,888. So whatever you're comfortable with, I would encourage you to actually sponsor some a package that you have the merits to dedicate to your loved ones. So that is the events that we'll be having on the 10th of August 2019. Thank you for sharing your time with me, and hope that you will join me for my next session. So I will complete this in a dedication in Tibetan. Chẳng chụp sen cho Rinpoche ma ke panam ge shi ge panam pa me pa yang goni gon du pe wa sho Tony to wa Rinpoche ma ke panam ge shi ge panam pa me pa yang goni gon du pe wa sho da so ji ni sa pa ge wa di dan dan tro wa go na ga pa dan je pa je su no san tra pa tam ping in por in du sa se sho ge wa kun tu yan da la ma dan tra mi cho gi pa la no cho che sa dam la ngi yo te ra so ne do je chang nga pa nga tu ge wa di yu du da la ma sang ge dru yo ne do wa chi ga ma lo pa de sa la go pa sho choki ga busunga pa josu na pa pe wala ge ki sa ma si wa da tungi ma lu sa wa sho da dam song ye de sun da dre wa song ye la ten ge wa la son tra pa yi tam pa yu riva gi yu shi ni mo de le sen de le ni mi gu nyen da le shi ni sen ta tu de le pa ku ju sung yi jing yi lo ku ju sung yi ngo du su ku ju sung yi tra si sho Jesu nama kusen rap ting ching nam ka tri ni cho chu ke padang lo som tempe dro me sap song dro e mun sa ta to ni yu shi ga we ra we ko we shin kam den ben nan de ma lu gyo we ni chen ren se wan ten sing ga so yi sha pe shi le va du den yu shi hom tom pe nga tru ma lu pa den de da la sa du so ko dan den pa long chat nam ke pa su shik shuk ten sel. Thank you again for sharing your time with me. See you for my next session.